Before I start this video, I want to say one thing that is important, and I want to say MatPat is retiring. Those who are a fan of game theory should know about it, or even in general, like the theorist community of FNAF should know about it, and pretty much video game theorists all around the world should know about this at least. MatPat is retiring. It's it's an interesting thing, going to a new place of his life, a new chapter, and really all I gotta say is, well, to MatPat, thank you for all the theories, the videos, the ideas you gave, the childhood you gave us, and especially the moments you pretty much ruined it. No hard feelings, but we loved every moment. I grew up watching game theory. I still watch it to this day. I watch film theory, I watch food theory, I watch style theory, even though I don't have a style of my own, but I watch it all. And because I love it so much, I love it. And listen, that general time, it's just that time. And I had an idea eventually he was going to retire. There was no doubt because he's been doing this for like a decade now. Like, really. So it's like, I knew he was getting close to the ends of, his ropes of continuing being in the front center of the theorists of the game theory channel and just being that guy that used to do everything on his own. And he hit his whip's end, He has a team now and everything, and it's just, I think I'm glad that he deserves the break that he deserves, because one thing is, a lot of us, those who love video games and those who love Five Nights at Freddy's, wouldn't really be there without him. And let's be honest, without him, a lot of the FNAF story wouldn't make any sense if he didn't do that episode on FNAF all those years ago. So, just like he said, there's gonna be a countdown, and on, I think it's May or March, his final goodbyes will be there. So I already go watch the video that they posted on Game Theory. It explains everything in more detail, and yeah, and I'll be there to watch it, when that time comes. And as a theorist, so a person who loves watching other people's theories, like FNAF, Rightos, It's Evan, I love theories, They give like a good part of a chunk, and like say a good part of this channel is from seeing theorists, but I'm more of a storyteller, so as you all know. So yeah, it's just what I wanted to say, and well, I hope you all can, those who are theorists and FNAF fans of old and new, can give MatPat that thank you for everything. It's gonna be hard, but we're also going to get through this. And now I come to an important announcement for the new host for the game theories. And just general theories in general, I want to say one thing. And it's about theories and people's opinions in general. I need to say this. And a lot of people are saying this. But don't criticize people too much. You can criticize them for saying something wrong or stupid, but don't be a dick about it, okay? Because when you're a dick about it and you're just annoying, that you can make, and if you're gonna, and even if you're a what if watcher and you like watching what ifs of Marvel, anime, like anything really, don't be a dick about it and say the author or the fanfic author or the creator's story's trash. You can give them like some of these need to be cleared up, some of this needs to be cleared up, but don't be an asshole and a dick about it. People work a lot into their work, and if if you be a dick about it, it kind of takes the fun out of it. For those out there, I just want to say, don't be a dick, don't be a jerk. You all have your own opinions, we all do, but just be nice. And those who decide to be assholes, rethink what you're gonna say, because it affects people. They might not know it. They might not say like, "Oh, this is fine," or "This is whatever," but it affects people, and it can pull down this, pull down that. Heck, it make people want to quit some things. And just don't be a jerk or an asshole or a dick. Just don't. And the FNAF theorists, this FNAF fandom in general, has this whole like thing of if something's wrong, people will over or take it over like a whole step over. Like if the books are canon to the continuity, if they're not. Like there's some books that are canon and some that are not. It's just that simple. It's not a really big thing. Like I saw that post that the so-called fake Scott sent on Reddit. And believe me, I don't know if that was Scott or not. It's probably not Scott, but there's no need for you to go out of your way to annoy a person and harass them just because they have an opinion. Everyone has entitled to their own rights. Remember that. And we all are loving the same thing in the end. So don't hate. Please don't. Especially to my audience here. If you don't like something, just tell it in a nice way where it's not rude and don't ruin it for other people. That's all I'm saying, really. Thank you, and let's get into the story. So, as Netflix's turn, things have been going down recently. Yes, all my soapy says. He's been hitting more spots than usual. As you proceed, just see a chart as looking at it, showing where Gojiro's last hits were. Some in Hong Kong, some around the globe, Japan, America, a lot of big global places. Some in the dead middle of the ocean, Atlantic Pacific, and there's some that were just unknown. These are getting out of hand, as Desert simply says. I don't know, as Almighty simply says. He seems to be just attacking kaijus in general. Yes, he seems to be attacking kaijus in general, but he's not thwarting them. Principal Nezra, as Almighty simply says, do you think this could be a threat? No. With the UN entrance exams on the way in just a few weeks, this could be useful. And just remember, he's a boy also. And why I heard the government government's asking Monarch to go after him. Yes, sadly, they're sending Monarch. Monarch has two ways of approaching this. They can easily contain him, or they can figure out a way to lethally contain him without killing him. And what about the G-Force? G-Force, on the other hand, well, that's a bit simpler. They'll just kill him, simple as that. They'll kill an innocent boy. To their knowledge, the boy is now a monster and a kaiju. Shinori. In the government's eyes, he's no longer human. So, any rights he had once before are all stripped away. Just because he's one of them. He has a heart of a hero. Yes, he might have saved young Koski from the sludge, but it doesn't mean anything now. These new students that just came from the entrance exams are potential good and also very well mature, but this could also be a very bad thing. Young Koski has a condition. He's determined to save him. And he doesn't know about him, but he's been looking for him ever since he disappeared. All my said, but he's just an innocent boy. They have to think about this. Just save him. He doesn't know any better. He doesn't know any better, but yeah, he's still fighting. Some say he's been driven by nature, and others say it's an unknown motive. G-Force is put aside. If Mono doesn't get a hold of him and contain him, they'll kill him and label him as, well, an A-rank kaiju. Not even a Biju. He's not ranked as a Biju. No. They ranked him too low for that. They said it's too low for that. He's not a mutant. And he's definitely, a Biju. They say he's a kaiju in general. If he was a bit larger, more abilities, then he would be a Titan. But they haven't done anything about that. The only problem is they see him as a threat. He's not a threat, as All Might simply says. He might not be a threat, but the government should know any better. Sometimes they're just really cruel, even with children. You know about Hawks is, yeah, I know. That was cruel. Exactly what I mean. Cruel. Merciless. Well, you're about to start very soon with your teaching the Class 1A. Am I correct? Yes. I have to teach them what the heroes as villains. It's a mock battle, but why? You found a successor yet? No. I have one in mind. Mirio Sagata. He's just like you. Perfect for one for all. Only proceed to scratch his rub his chin. Maybe so. But we'll see. Alright then, as All Might proceeds to stand up as I'm off. As All Might proceeds to bulk up as proceed, I have to go to some students. Proceed to rush out the doors. Or quickly to his destination. As we proceed to simply say, sigh. Let's just hope the boy knows what he's doing. The more kaiju he takes on, the bigger risk he becomes, unknown to himself, and the more danger he puts himself in. But whatever he's doing, I think I have an idea. But I'm not sure about it. Everyone in class will proceeded to ponder, wondering what they were doing today. Koski Bakker could care less. Koski had one thought in mind. Fighting that goddamn nerd. He vanished off the face of the earth 10 months ago. The thing is, that day happened. The day he got caught by that goddamn sludge. But in that sludge, a kaiju brawl started. And no better than him, he started it all. Then Deku vanished. Never to be seen again. In 10 months. 10 whole months. The nerd's been gone. His mom has been looking for him. He made Auntie worried. Koski proceeded to clench his fist. But then the thought came to mind. Did he Stupid Deku wouldn't listen to him at all. Most of the time he kept his head high. Trying to keep out of listening to his stupid words. But now Koski kind of regret, telling him to jump off a cliff. It was foolish of him. Now he thought about it. He should have known that the boy was a bit too adamant to go down that quickly. Bakugo proceeded to sigh, as then everyone proceeded to start screaming and laughing, cheering, seeing All Might. Bakugo would see All Might yet again. All Might would pop in like a normal person. He would scream, come through the door like a normal person. So All Might proceeded to explain what they were doing today. Mock battles. Great. Mrs. Bakugo proceeded to do one thing. Head out, get his costume on, and get this done. Once he proceeded to enter the changing room, everyone was talking about what they were doing. Have you heard of it? I heard that UAS has a program to take on kaijus now. Really? Are we all going to be in it or what? Maybe. We're not sure yet. They haven't said anything about it. So we'll get to fight mutants, kaijus, and bijus? And titans? Awesome! Fighting giant monsters? That sounds pretty cool. I don't know about you as the short kid. I don't want to get anywhere near a mutant. Or a biju. Even a kaiju. And especially not no titans. Those are freaking huge. Got no interest. But what I do have interest is in this goddamn people. I can see Uraka's round ass. Mary Rose's luscious breast. And I got to see the OP. My fucking eye! As the purpose he was to scream. Koski had no thought. But one thing was always, he had one kaiju in mind. One that has stood out ever since that day. That's a right dinosaur one. Or the one with the spikes on his back. That one was different. He couldn't tell, but that day when it looked at him, it didn't have a look of a merciless beast that just wanted to destroy things around it. It had life in its eyes. And it looked so weak, pathetic. Like he knew it was from somewhere, but know. He couldn't know where it was. But then it changed. It fired a breath attack, then everything went to hell. And then it's like a large explosion or a nuke dropped on them. And then it's just hell broke loose. People were injured, hurt, some people died. The other kaiju was eliminated completely, atomized, and the other one ran away. And ever since, this has been popping around the world, just taking on other monsters, just in general, just kicking their asses. Bakugo wondered what was going on. That one was different. It was strange, weird. It was like it's going out of its way to stop other kaijus, other beasts from destroying stuff. Like it was trying to do something. In a way, it was like the damn nerd. He would go out of his way to help people even though it did never benefit himself. But now you thought about it, that's exactly what Deku would do. Going out of his goddamn way to save somebody else that had nothing to do with him. Bakugo proceeded, once he changed to his costume, as he proceeded to head out to the mock area. Everything would proceed to go. Things would go past his head. All Might proceeded to tell them what was going on. He had the rundown, but, well, things were not clicking in his mind. Shit was going down. And things, he wondered. He heard of that new kaiju program to take on other monsters. So, to basically fight monsters and bijus and crap like that. So the thought came to mind. Would they allow them to fight them? If so, maybe. But first, if he can get graduated from the UA, he can become a pro hero. The faster he can help find Deku. And get him this goddamn nerd back to Auntie Inko so she can stop crying. Stop worrying. How the hell would that nerd allow his own mom to start crying? Never knew why. All Might proceeded to start the drops as it was shown to be, well, Mineta with Ochako and Bakugo with Tenya. Mineta proceeded to smile and say, yeah. So Ochako proceeded to shiver. Oh, not this guy. She proceeded to ponder why she was partnered with this one. This one was just a downright pervert. Shameless. They proceeded to enter as well. The next thing their plan was, the big idea. So she came up with an idea. They went up quick to the floor. Mineta proceeded to throw sticky balls. So then they tried their best. The strategy wasn't really well because none of them were good, decent strategists. But there's nothing that they can really do. The only thing they can do was do their best with this. So, well, they tried. And so you try to fight a mock battle with two guys who actually could do something. Bakugo still went ahead. He needed to clear his mind. And that goddamn Four Eyes would not help either. With his, as he said, righteous justice. He needed to embrace heroics, to be the best hero. He needed to embrace evil, to embrace evilly as embrace heroism needs to become a villain. And Bakugo didn't really need to hear that. That shit was just pointless. He proceeded to walk around One thing was still on his mind. That goddamn kaiju from earlier, 10 months ago, still on his mind. It was like it was haunting him. Something so confused. He couldn't tell why. Why was this one haunting him? What did he do? He proceeded to look around for a round face and, whoa, dumbass perv over here, but nowhere to be found. Simply a thought came to mind. Could they remain to the bomb? No, that perv would proceed to slow down that goddamn round face anyways. I proceeded to wonder. He would definitely hear that perving on her. So where the hell could they be? He proceeded to look above. Nope. He tried listening around. They weren't near. So he did his best, listened in, hoping to hear them talk or hear chatter. He went up a flight of stairs on the board. Two floors where the bomb was. He heard their chatter. They were real close to the bomb. There's a shortcut to get them immediately ahead of him and that he could use. He proceeded to make his way, heading his way forward to go do just that. This was an idea, a plan. He could use this to stop them. Ochako and Moneta would proceed to wonder, that blonde character wasn't here. So that was good. Moneta proceeded to smile. Well, maybe once they're done, I get some. As before he could finish that thought, boom! The two were sent back as covering themselves in the debris to fly dispersed as showing Bakugo. As Bakugo proceeded, so you actually thought you could get past me. Instead of being riled up like usual, he was a bit more calmer. A calm mind would have been better. Not so fast, as he simply said. Dead serious as Bakugo proceeded to throw back his arms as rocking forward. Ochako proceeded to immediately use the rope surrounding her, setting them forward towards Bakugo. Bakugo was joined easily as she proceeded to jump over making herself weightless. This is dodging Bakugo's attack. Bakugo's had an explosion so Ochako is simply proceeds to throw his sticky balls. Bakugo proceeded to dodge each ball. He proceeded to punt the little shit down the hall. He proceeded to crack into and dent himself into the wall. He was out cold. No worries. The little shit's dead anyways. The little shit's out. Now he needs to focus on her. Bakugo proceeded to fight Ochako. She was more, instead of just fighting, she started to try to run, trying to make her way to the bomb. But he always cut her off by using the shortcuts that he had time to memorize while walking around looking for them. Simply, the Bakugo thought this was starting to get annoying, so he decided to pull back the pin to his gauntlets. As he was about to pull the pin, he stopped. Then thought. And as remembering what that kaiju did. What it did with his breath attack, causing a huge explosion. He knew how powerful his quick can get with sweat, that crystalline sweat. But then he thought of it. It might not be as powerful as, that goddamn breath attack, but yet still it can do the same. It can do the exact same amount of damage. that same similar amount of damage, and it can definitely kill her. How much sweat he built up was probably a lot. This could kill this little round face. So then he decided not to. On pulling the gauntlet, he proceeded to pull it back as he proceeded to simply take off the gauntlets and proceeded to put them to the side. Just you and me, round face. Combat, now. She was confused for a moment. She wondered what was going on. And simply, she proceeded to run forward. Paco into moves would catch her guard, proceeding to twist her behind, and using its advantage, pinning her. It was over. And proceeding to pull out the capture weapon, capturing her. Villains won. It was quite obvious. Paco was going to use his raw power, but in the end, just remembering that beast gave him chills. People died in front of him. He's not gonna do that. Maybe he has some PTSD and all crap like that, but he wasn't paranoid. Once All Might proceeded to ask who was the MVP, it was clearly Ida because he understood more what was going on. As Mama Yara was just saying, simply saying off what Ida did and what Baka should have done, which Koski wasn't really in the mood for, so he zoned out. Then as he proceeded to ponder, proceeded to look at the other guy. There was this new guy that came in last moment. He had some sort of quirk. His hair was shaggy purple, bags under his eyes. He seemed disheveled, but whatever he is, he didn't really scream out, "I'm not gonna be a pro hero." Malika proceeded to wonder, why is this happening now? And now I'm thinking about it. This guy doesn't deserve to be here, to be honest. The nerd deserves to be here more than him. With all his analytic skills, he could have used them for more better reasons. But now thinking about it, he was actually a really big asshole. Nothing he did to Deku apologize. Baka wondered if he could apologize, if he could even find his friend. Friend? Were they even friends? Who knows? Finding him was a top priority. As time would pass on, things would be going well for UA. A week passed and things were going well. Different in a bar. Bar near Hosu, as seemingly a pale man with hands all over his body would proceed to scratch on his neck. As sitting next to Dr. Hiraki, as simply as he protesting, yes, the next prototype. Is she a beauty? And what's to this? As Shigaraki simply says, I don't get it. This is an old creature. By a latte. I mixed her with genetics of a girl. And with what? The new Titan Gojira. I noticed something about him. This new kaiju is very impressive. If we can just get it under our control, we can use it for help to defeat All Might. But I only got some of his cells. That's the only thing. It was very hard to get his cells, but I got it. It'll be complete. Complete. You have a backup, my lord. Good. As the voice simply says. Sensei, I don't get it. What this plant's gonna help us. Shigaraki, my boy. Let me give you a rundown. Some things are not what they seem. And you have to take it to another idea. Give things another chance. Look at it differently than how you usually suspect things. This one is going to be different. Unlike the Nomu, this one's more powerful. You cannot give it commands. Your target is one goal. Use it wisely. Try to keep it under control. Yes, Sensei. As simply as Haraki. Yes, my lord. Continue the work. As now I must rest. As the monolith fade off, as Korogiri proceeds to say, what should we do, Mr. Haraki? Do as Sensei says. Wait. We have another week until we attack the USJ. Until then, we gather more reinforcements. We do need enough people there anyways. So, what are we waiting for? I still be understanding and nodding. With Izuku, as he proceeded to swim, he's grown in size. From his 650 meters, he popped up 60 meters to a decent since 780 meters. He's grown very large in the 10 months. He's had a similar change to that. Instead of being a darkish brownish color, his scalings become more darkish, more blackish brown. Be more black than brown. And his dorsal plates were starting to, get larger. And, a notable thing is he started getting more dorsal platings. Smaller ones, just mismatching with the bigger plates on his back. They were just mismatched here. Like small white ones, they were maple shaped, like his usual ones. But they weren't anything too glamorous. So small as the only thing that was different was his body was slightly more armored, and he was able to use his abilities a bit more, better than before. Seeing the rise from the waters seeing and wondering what's going on. There's a feeling going around. He couldn't tell, but he didn't like it. He needed to get back to the place. He needed to recharge anyways. Going to his hidden temple, after about 2 hours of swimming, he arrived. This ancient civilization, as he proceeded, he had to make his way there and lay an ancient altar where people would worship the kaijus of old. He proceeded to lay his head down and rest. Maybe he can relax. He closed his eyes, hoping that whatever that he was feeling would go away. Time would fly by, and that feeling would grow like none other. It sparked, cried out. He opened his eyes. He knew how much time went by. Somehow you could tell a week. And this feeling was causing chaos. You could feel it. It was just bringing unbalance into the world. He proceeded to make his way towards it. Japan, where it was. Once he made swimming his way, he made his way towards Japan, taking the fastest route. G-Force was proceeding to look around, taking sonars as doing the usual. But then they picked up the thing coming in fast, large. Something large is popping towards the East Coast. The East Coast. What? Large. It's a kaiju. Monster. It's a monster. What kind? At the levels, this is kaiju. Shit. You know what? Give me eyes on the East Coast. As they would proceed to see showings of the creature. As they were seeing his large dorsal like shaped fins, knowing immediately what it is. Gojira. Shit. Not good. As they proceeded to pull the alarm, it was time to fight. Immediately, ships, fire jets, and everything started to make their way towards its location. Izuku proceeded to rise from the waters in classic style Godzilla, waist above, upper body above the waters, as proceedingly making his way towards the way. The feeling was near, or somewhere decent far, but not directly. No, somewhere at Hosu, so he made his way there. Then ships, then fire jets came in, blasting him. He proceeded, this was not no more pain. He shrugged it off. As the more you fought, the more you adapted. His body became hardened hide, gaining thicker skin where he could be more penetrable. He proceeded to stop as turning towards him. Proceeded to glare at one of the jets. Simply proceeded along with his tail as smacking one of them, hitting them in direct contact, crashing them down. He knew that they were just trying to defend, but yet this was annoying. It's a bit grouchy. As he proceeded to make his way towards where it was, getting closer and closer. Once he was close enough, he arrived. Enough, the feeling shifted and vanished for a moment. Me sobbing and proceeding to look around the globe where it went. Direct contact. Yue. Changing directories and heading straight for Yue. That was one thing. As he headed directions towards Yue, immediately G-Force noticed that he changed directions. Gojira changed directions. Why did he change directions? Heading towards Yue. Shit! I'd like to get around Yue. Now. In a 10-mile radius. Yes, sir. Once he made landfall, he proceeded to make his way toward just go to school. Everyone started to evacuate. Hey, underground bunkers. Those were the best places to use. And the best shots surviving. Above. Buildings would be crumbled, blowing up. As simply he was going through. There it was. The golden gates of Yue. Walking past us to where he needed to go. He got closer than he arrived. He proceeded to feel it, and it was more volatile than ever. Smashing through, as simply once he smashed through, he proceeded to land in. Everyone turned towards where it was coming from and seeing Gojira right there and then. All my being surprised that the boy would pop here. How did he? And seeing the large, flower behind from earlier, once he arrived and saw it, he had a feeling that that was more than just a large decoration. That was a kaiju. Simply immediately turning towards as the large rose would immediately send vines toward to attack. The beast snarled as proceeded through. He wrapped around as proceeded to struggle, trying to remove himself from his vines. He proceeded to pull one of his arms and snapping down on his vines, chewing through it easily. Then glared. Next thing he did was start to pop his dorsal plates. The smaller ones flashed, as they would flash with a humming sound, as in the bigger ones would pop out. But like before, once they were fully charged, they caught back in, as the smaller ones glowed brightly. And then he released it, and like a ring forming around the attack, a mushroom, as he proceeded to fire it. This would proceed to make contact, pushing the thing back, causing damage, then blown up. A large explosion hit, as immediately vaporizing the kaiju. It was gone. It started to burn as he proceeded to see it atomized. As he continued to fire one more time. Blast. Boom. A large explosion. Then it proceeded to fade. Proceeding to ponder if it was dead. Yes, it was dead. Dead for good. Now, the last thing that it had in mind was this thing down here. Seeing what it was fighting, he proceeded to fire. Where Almet was, Almet proceeded to vanish, disappearing. But that noble creature was hit, died. Once things it felt was all back to normal, proceeded to turn its head and make its way back, leaving to the ocean. That was more simple than before. Izuku knew that was easier, way too easy. Things were never that easy. That's one thing he knew. On his way back to the oceans, just so he can recover, rest, and sleep, the feeling came back. He was back in the waters yet again, and grabbed by these vines yet again. But this time they had mouths. He proceeded to ponder what the hell was going on, then immediately turning towards the sound of water rising, as the creature from earlier reformed. With its head, teeth, jaws, it reformed into some hideous plant-like thing. He completely snarled and roared. Izuku had no core to fight this. He thought he amended it, but I guess not. Proceeding to rip himself free from his grasp, he needed to rush forward. It was his responsibility as he proceeded to latch his vines as biting into him. He proceeded to fire his starting breath. The heat ray attack would proceed to hit as exploding as it would do nothing. Shit. No damage. The two would continue the fight. This would proceed to go. This is when it grabbed him by the foot, making him unbalanced, falling over. Now, things were getting a bit more serious.